Alright, so this is a little bit of a different type of video for me, but I know a lot of people out there who watch this stuff. You're either in business for yourself, you want to be in business for yourself. So this is a real look at kind of what goes on and some of the stuff you got to deal with. So to start out, if you're new here, hi, welcome. And you don't know, I make my living as a carpenter and a woodworker. Okay, that is my sole source of income. That's how I pay my mortgage, that's how I pay my truck payments, that's how I pay my bills. That's how I pay for my retirement. I'm a self-employed cabinet maker, carpenter, woodworker. And it's one of the most crucial things, one of the most critical tools is my truck. Now, you'll notice that's not my truck. And so here's where the story kind of goes. So, had some noise coming out of the old transmission of my Chevy Silverado. And I got a ton of miles on it. And okay, no big deal. Bring it in, get a fluid filter change. It's better. Everything's great. Gotta do a job in Cleveland. It's about an hour and a half away. And start driving up there, and every time I'm going up a hill, it starts to vibrate a little bit on me. Which, no bueno. So I get it into an actual transmission shop. And of course, I gotta ask them the questions that they don't want to answer. It's the same questions that I don't want to answer or you don't want to answer. And it's, how much does it cost? How long is it going to take? Well, they don't know until they get in there. I don't know until I put together a bid. Like, I understand that this is a tough thing to try and ask this company. And I explain that to them. Like, hey, man, I'm a carpenter. I get it. You don't want to know. You don't want to answer until you see it. I just need worst case scenarios. Is this 10 grand in 2 months? You know what I mean? Or is it 5 grand in 2 weeks? Like, I just need to know, like, do I need to sell stock? Do I need to get my savings? What do I need to do here? So basically, he just tells me, get it here as soon as you can. I'll let you know. I'm booked out quite a ways. And they're the best in the area, which I don't want to be cheap on this because it's my livelihood, right? So, okay. So that's what I do. I get a rental and I drop my truck off. Now, getting a rental kind of sucks because I want to rent a truck. But I don't believe in credit cards. My work's so seasonal. I don't ever want to be in a position where, like, even if I'm just putting my gas on it and paying it off at the end of the month, if I get hurt, if things slow down, if I get sick, I don't want to suddenly start having interest, right? I'm a big believer in living within my means. And yeah, so I don't have a credit card. You need a credit card to rent a truck. I don't have one. It's going to take months and months, I'll get one. But basically, so yeah, I'm working out of a Nissan Rogue. Kind of sucks. Not a fan. But okay, next day rolls around, get a phone call. Yep, transmission shot. We're going to rebuild it. And when they rebuild it, they do it bigger, better. Awesome. Okay, cool. Downside is, it's going to be between $4,500 and $5,000. That's not nothing. And it's going to take a few weeks. So not only is that not nothing, now I have to figure in the cost of a rental, $400 a week for a stupid Nissan Rogue, because I got to keep working, because it would cost me way more money to not work than that $400 a week. So you pair that with some very personal things that have been going wrong in my life for the last couple of years. That is none of the internet's business, so we're not going to get into there. And you find yourself in a position where it's super easy to feel sorry for yourself. And I did for about 3.5, 4 hours-ish. And then I kind of have a couple of, like, core life tenets that I live by. And the first one is that obstacles are meant to be overcome. I truly believe that. I don't care about that it can't be done. No, there's a way. We'll find a way. And the other one is accountability. You know what I mean? I'm one of those people that everything's my fault. That's the way I want it. Because if it's my fault, if I take accountability for it, I'm no one's victim. I can learn from it and I can change it. So those are, like, my two core tenets. And I'm sitting on my deck up there, enjoying my view, having a few cold beverages. Yeah, my grass isn't cut. I've been working. And my door up there has a film on it, so it's sort of reflective. And a little bit of a mirror image. And I start having a conversation with myself, which I've never done that before. I've never looked in the mirror and had a conversation with myself. And I'm glad I live back in the woods where my neighbors aren't around to hear me, because they would think I was insane, because I'm having a conversation with myself. And basically, what it boiled down to is, here's the situation. It sucks. So what? Business is hard. You knew business is hard when you got into it. You went to college for business. This has been hard from the get-go. This is what hard feels like. So what are you going to do about it? And first thing I had to do about it was stop feeling sorry for myself, you know. And then I had to say, okay, step by step, how do we overcome this obstacle? How do I unfuck my life, basically? And so the first thing I had to do is I had to put the drink down. Like, I'm what you would call like a super functional alcoholic. I'm a big guy. I'm like 6'2", 40-ish, something like that. So I can drink a lot. I wake up, I'm never hungover. But the truth is, it was affecting me. It was affecting my weight, for sure. And then it just sort of slowly but surely keeps eating into my evenings. And if I'm going to do this, then I need to get that out of there. So that night I had my last drink. That was about 13 days ago now that I was sober. Been sober, and it's been all right. So that was step one. And step two is I had to come up with a financial plan. So at this point, I own stock. I'm self-employed. I'm responsible for my own retirement. So I buy into the market to fund my retirement. And then I do have some money set aside, but that's not my money. That's Uncle Sam's money. That's my tax money and all taxes stuff. But besides that, like, I'm required to pay taxes, and I'm successful enough in business to have profits to pay taxes. So that's what I got to do. So I could dip into that money to cover my truck and then try and like catch it back up. But I didn't want to do that. To me, that's losing. That's just losing. So the thing that I did have was work. And so, yeah, the last week and a half-ish, I've been working like 16 hours a day, nonstop, sometimes more. But I've been sober, so that's made it easier. And I've also been saving money, because when you're in these situations, a dollar saved is a dollar earned. So yeah, you know, I was really paying attention to how I ate. I wasn't wasting money on anything. I wasn't spending money on booze, not buying anything unless I absolutely had to buy it. And so yesterday, I finished up the final job that allowed me to cover it. That was on a Sunday morning, so there was no watching football this weekend. OHIO, Browns suck. As always, no one's surprised there. So yeah, so it brings me to this point. Like, if you want to do this job, you need to understand that business is business, okay? And most of us, if you're like me, I don't own a business, I own my job. I'm self-employed. If I go away on vacation, I don't make any money. It's kind of why I'm doing the YouTube thing. I'm hoping to create something that makes money when I'm not constantly working at it, but who knows? Sort of just trying to give back. And I started this business with literally nothing. I started with a borrowed Sawzall and some Harbor Freight hand tools, doing a commercial demo job. I built a crew, changed my business. I could do a whole video on that, but like, I started this business with nothing, and now I have buildings and every tool you can think of and stuff like that. But the truth is, cash is king. And I grew up poor, so I like to not have a bunch of cash in my account, because I like to, you know, fool myself and, hey, you're still poor, keep working harder. It's kind of a mind game that I play. But yeah, I see so many contractors. I talk to other contractors and stuff like that all the time, and they all make the same mistake. They don't have cash. And guess what? A big shop full of Festool tools wouldn't have bailed me out. Wouldn't have done it. Unless I sold them at a big discount, because that's what happens. So yeah, if you're in business for yourself, or you want to turn your hobby into a business, you want to be self-employed, whatever it may be, you got to understand that sometimes it sucks. It's what it is. You got to do things you don't want to do. You got to work hours you don't want to work. You know, everyone thinks a self-employed dream, I can make my own hours. Yeah, you can. Guess what? And it's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. You're going to work harder than you've ever worked in your life, or you're going to fail. And guess what? America is a great thing, because everyone has the opportunity to be an entrepreneur. But guess what happens? Most of us fail. And it's because of stuff like this. So, number one, core principle: obstacles are meant to be overcome. You can do it. Okay? You got to adopt that. That's the biggest thing in my life. Because at the end of the day, I just won't quit. You know, I'll just brute force it if I have to. You got to be able to have that mentality. Number 2 is accountability. You know, woe is me. No, you can't be anyone's victim. It's got to be your fault. Your wife sucks, guess what? You married her. Your kids suck, guess what? You raised them. Your employees suck, guess what? You hired them. And you didn't fire them. So yeah, it's your fault. Sooner you say, hey, yeah, my fault. What do I have to do to change the situation? The better. So, yeah, I'm not trying to whine and cry on the internet, but I just feel like these situations, you know, you find strength when you're in them, or you don't, and you just give up. So, if you're out there and you're in that position right now where just something comes up that it just feels like it crushes you, and it wasn't just the truck situation, like obviously that sucked, but I've had other things, you know, we all do. Or you're really determined to be self-employed or build a business. I'm just giving you the honest truth. Sometimes it sucks, but it's still the best job I ever had. Period. Wouldn't trade it for anything. I'm probably unemployable at this point. So yeah, there you go. Rant over. I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me. If anything, be proud of me. Because, hey, you took the shit, made a shit sandwich, ate it, got through it. That's the game plan. But I just hope this helps somebody out there. Because at the end of the day, you're putting yourself in a position where you can only rely on yourself, right? You want to be self-employed. This is what it consists of. And it's a great thing, but it's hard, man. It's hard. So, there you go. I hope somebody got something out of this. I know this is a very different video to anything I've ever done before, but it's just raw honesty, you know. And then I called today, I'll have my truck by the end of the week, so only one more week of working out of this stupid Nissan Rogue. I hate this thing so much. I'll be so grateful to have my truck back with a bigger, badder tranny. I gotta be careful calling it that these days. But anyways, yeah, like, subscribe, do the things, leave a comment. If you've been through it, or you're going through it, you got this. You can get through it. All right, that's all it is. But just, you know, go build shit. You have a good day.